Cannonball, vector 20 degrees left, Tomcat, Angels 42.
Carefully these shots from now on, their merge, and Fox 3 ball track is still playing. Hello valued viewers, I hope you're all doing very well. Today's viewer request is from 49's Fine Jewellery. Although they haven't confirmed or denied it yet, how could Israel have used F-35s to take out the leader of Hamas while in Iran? So that's what we're going to simulate. We have a rough overview here with Israel here. 900 miles away is Tehran, the capital of Iran, which is where the assassination took place. So I had to try and find a way of getting an F-35 into a heavily defended Tehran. First thing, geography. I don't have the correct piece of terrain. This is Iran here, but we only have the kind of bottom, let me just measure it, 550 or so miles. So Tehran, the capital, is actually another 100 or so miles north. So instead what I've had to do is put Tehran here. We're using the large city of Herman here. And imagine we've rotated everything around anti-clockwise 90 degrees. So this is Iraq here, and this would be the western border of Iran. Otherwise, the scale and the distances are correct. So first we had to look at the defences that Iran has. So Iranian native and foreign missile defence. I'll do this as quickly as I can. Long-range weapons, 8200. That's an indigenous SAM with a range of 200 kilometres. Exported from Russia, SA-5 and SA-20 Gargoyle. Also the Bavar 373 is indigenous. Medium range, 8040, 8075 indigenous. And the Sevon Crawdad, I believe, is indigenous as well. Short range, 8008 indigenous. Other miscellaneous SAMs that are man, in fact you can read them all here. HQ2 is a very old Chinese SAM. MIM-23, a very old American SAM. The 2K12 is an exported Russian SAM. And the TOR is a exported close-range Russian SAM. I don't have all of these in my sim, so I've modelled the ones in our sim that have a star in front of them. So SA-5s they're going to have, SA-20s they're going to have today for the protection of Tehran, and they've got plenty of SA-6s, so I've modelled those as well. So first, guys, let's look at the Iranian defence before we look at how we're going to tackle it. So in our makeshift Tehran here, the target is going to be, well, we're not going to model it as a civilian target today for obvious reasons. We're going to model it as a military target today on a military base in Herman. This building here is where today's leader of Hamas is going to be residing. That's what needs taking out. The main defence is going to be not a surface-to-air missile. It's actually going to be a special type of radar in the VHF band supplied by Russia. Iran have bought at least one Resonance NE. It looks a bit like this. It's a hugely powerful, massive range over the horizon radar with the specific ability of spotting stealth aircraft. There are certain bands of radar where modern stealth tech is still to an extent vulnerable, and this is what's going to make today difficult, guys. Now, the basic stats I've seen on the Resonance NE are that against a 4th gen target, it has a range of about 600 miles, and you can see a big dotted red ring here. That's where it should be able to see a 4th gen aircraft as long as they're not 10 feet off the ground. Against a fully stealth variant of an F-35, well, no one really knows, but they have claimed to have spotted them at nearly 200 miles. So I've got this yellow ring here. That's 200 miles away from the radar, so at least theoretically, that's when they can spot an F-35. Now, it's very important to say that this is not a targeting radar. It's just something that knows that something's there. So it can't fire missiles, it can't populate data link. It's purely there just to be able to see if there's a thing flying in the airspace. So those are the first range rings, and today the range rings are very important, viewers, so this is one of these war games you really need to listen to the briefing if it's going to make any sense to you at all. Next level of protection of Tehran is going to be 3 SA-20 Gargoyle sites. They're kind of early 2000s variant of the S-300. Their lethal range to a 4th gen fighter is about 130 miles, and you can see those rings here in red, and you'll see these on your TAC maps today. There, and there. But to a 5th gen fighter, it's going to be much less, about 30-ish miles. And so these yellow rings are where they can see a full stealth F-35. Okay, guys? Note it covers Tehran today by at least 10 miles. Moving out, we've just modelled kind of this area where our obvious ingress is going to be. S-200s, range about 150 miles. One there, and one there. Range rings there to 4th gen. Range to 5th gen, about 30 miles again there and about there. As well as that, several SA-6s, because they have loads of these scattered about Iran still, just to make our job difficult. There. Well, just basically everywhere around the south. 11 SA-6 Cube sites, guys. As well as that, they still have an air force. It's relatively antiquated before they get their Su-35s, but at bases here, which are really just indicative today because, as I said, we have the wrong part of Iran, so we've done the best we can. We have a small base here with 3 Tomcat A's, which they still run amazingly with period accurate weaponry and sensors. Down here they have MiG-29 A's, which they do indeed run with Alamos and Archers. And over to the west, fairly far away, they have 8 more Tomcats with the same loadout. So a total of 11 Tomcats and 4 MiG-29s defending this area of Iran today. And that's the nut that needs cracking, guys. So we're going to use a single F-35I played by an F-35A today. It's going to start 350 miles away from Tehran, coming in from the Iraqi border. Here he is. Ignore the other planes for the time being, guys. That will come in later. So here is our F-35A today. First, range. It cannot, or it does not have the combat radius to do this mission. It's too far. So we've had to add non-stealthy fuel tanks to it, so that's a thing. Other than that, I've tried to give it the minimum it needs to do the job, which is one small air-to-ground, guided air-to-ground weapon. I've stripped everything else off. These other pylons will go. The gun I've got rid of. It needs its maximum fuel, obviously. And one bomb. The smallest I've got is a 500-pound GPS bomb. In real life, they probably use something smaller and harder to track, but that's the best I have for today. Guys, it will be flown by AI today. It will achieve super cruise, and it will do the 350 miles, evading its way between the SAMs, which it can do. It'll know where the SAMs are, and even if it didn't, it would have its own onboard automatic ELINT system, and it will be able to triangulate where those SAMs are and dodge their way around them, so they'll get through the early SAMs pretty easily. When it comes to the SAMs up here, the SA-20, again, it knows where they are roughly. It will be able to work its way around them, release its bomb at a standoff range, turn around, and go out. But the problem is it's going to be, in fact, why don't I just run it, guys? I'm just going to run it in single player without anything else added, and let's just see what happens. And you can start to see the problems I had as we have it modeled. And go. Right, he's going to start pretty slow, guys, so we can stay with him. He's then going to accelerate to low supersonic. Alright, I'm going to speed that forward because it's single player and I can, so obviously he's going to have no problem at the moment. He's in the detectability ring of the S-200s, but he's a 5th gen full stealth configuration. Jet is going to dump his tanks if he hasn't already. Yep, tank's gone, so he's now full stealth configuration, so he can only be seen with inside the yellow rings. About Mach 1.1. One inaccuracy is that in real life with this configuration he could achieve this speed without his afterburner on. We couldn't do that for various reasons, so what I've done is I've cheated a bit and made this first stage of afterburner he has to use the same amount of fuel as if he were not using his afterburner, so it all works out right in terms of the ranges that he should be able to achieve. Alright guys, let's just speed that forward again. I don't want to waste too much time here. Weaves his way through the SA-6s, otherwise they've no real way of knowing that he's coming. He's up at high altitude. In real life he would do this at night. Obviously all stealth operations will be done at night, but that would obviously make a terrible video, so I'm doing it today, so you'll have to imagine everything is done at night today. Now here's his first obstacle. He comes up to what is theorized as the detection range of the Resonance NE radar, 200 miles away from the emitter, and it's a giant emitter. When that happens, stand by, you should see Iranian Air Force are now alerted. They're starting cold because obviously they wouldn't just be sitting there with their engines ready to go, so the pilots have raced into the jets. They're now starting them up. As you know, that's going to take several minutes. And let's have a look down here just quickly, viewers, because we'll probably miss this on the actual run that we do. MiG-29s deliberately designed to be started up quickly, but it still takes a few minutes to get going. And finally, west by several hundred miles. And his key today is the distances. Iran is a huge landmass, and that's going to come into play today. 8 more Tomcats ready to go. Again, we're covering hundreds of miles here, so I've basically made him go as fast as I can get him to go in his configuration without him running out of fuel. In terms of where he can fire his weapon, it depends, A, the stipulations of the mission, and B, what weapon he's got. So if he needed to get sensors on target, he would have to be quite close to the target. If he didn't, then he could fire further away from the target with a long-range standoff weapon, like whichever they use. I've gone for worst case scenario, as in he has to get eyes on his sensors on the target, so he's going to have to get, you know, 20 or 30 miles away, so basically right up towards the target. F-14s are now up, afterburning towards him. Now, it's important to say at this point, guys, that they don't know exactly where he is. The resonance can say there's a stealth fighter somewhere, or a stealth plane somewhere around here. But what it can't do is populate the data link with this F-14, because it's not a track-type radar. So it has to say F-14, roughly go that way. There's probably a stealth thing up there. MiG-29s are up. No, the MiG-29s are starting further away. Because of that, they can't use their afterburners. Not until they get into critical close-range combat. All ranges have to be accounted for today. And finally, these guys over here, 300 miles away, being vectored in by the resonance. And again, can't use the afterburners. Okay, they are there for some reason, but that's only because they're climbing. They will turn the afterburners off. So the pincer is starting to tighten. So you can start to see the problems I had when trying to get this guy onto target. In he goes. He knows, as I said, where the gargoyles are because his E-link system will tell him, even if Intel didn't tell him. So he's going to work his way around that. F-14 searching fruitlessly for him. They have a very powerful radar, but against this 5th gen, you know, it's next to useless. F-35 working his way in. He is going to drop his bomb, hopefully before he gets detected, please, quickly. Bomb away. Again, I've used a GBU-38. They almost certainly did not use this weapon. I wanted to make it as hard as possible with worst case scenario. It could have used a standoff weapon. Again, depending how close he had to get to the target, and that information, obviously, we don't know. Even if this happened, this may well have never have happened. It's just theory at the moment. Okay, yeah, he knows not to go in these sectors here, obviously. Could the bomb be intercepted? This bomb probably could, but a much smaller, lower observability bomb, obviously, would be able to get through. So again, it's indicative for today. And the target is taken out. Boof. All right, now the difficulties really start. The Tomcats are trying to find him, and you can see they've had no success so far. I can speed things up again. Don't want to waste your time again. And he has... Oh, it's failed. Look at that. They have a real problem. F-14 radars, although powerful, are not very good at looking at the stealth. If they're looking at the front of a stealth, they literally can't see it, even when they're like right on top of them. They need to get behind the F-35 to actually be able to see it. That's how we've modelled it, and that's how, personally, I think it would be. But... you know, it's open to interpretation as ever, because obviously F-14's never gone against the stealth before. Right, this guy looks like he's aggressing. So he may have seen him. That doesn't mean he can track him, it doesn't mean he can fire at him, but he just knows the things out there. Yeah, look at that. That one's not seen him, this one has. Interesting how that works, sir. It's all about the angle that the stealth is flying at, you know, the relative speed, stuff like that. You can see something on his radar. Is he going to be able to shoot a Phoenix at him? Don't know. Either way, the F-35 is screwed now. Fire! Fuel tanks off. No, he could not get a radar track. Look at that. So he couldn't fire. But what he's done now is he's got behind him, obviously. He will kill him now. The F-35, even if it had enough fuel to go full afterburner to escape, which it doesn't, can't outrun an F-14 at all. It's just not as fast a plane. And even if this guy couldn't get a radar track from the front, he will get a radar track from behind. And even if he couldn't, he would use a Sidewinder anyway. So it's irrelevant. The F-35 is down now. So that's as far as I can get, guys. Sorry to use all that time up. I can get the bomb on target, but I can't get him out for the reasons I've explained. So now comes our participation, guys. We're going to run it exactly the same, I figured, guys, but we would have us as an escort. So we like flying 4th gen jets, as you know. So we're going to go in some Israeli 4th gen jets, F-16s and F-15s, and try and escort him in. How we do it, we're going to have to be quite smart about it. We are going to follow him initially, guys, until he starts getting within detection range of, well, near the border, basically, which I put about here. At that point, he's going to turn his afterburner on and get up to over Mark 1, which none of us can do with the fuel loads we've got, because we're 4th gen jets. At that point, we track him, but we go low, because we're going to get picked up by the resonance radar otherwise. If we go very low, 50 feet off the ground, we'll avoid all detection. They simply won't be able to see us, obviously. We'll then work our way in, and we will find a way of trying to destroy those bandits. That's literally what we've got to do. We know he can get to target. We know he can get the bomb on target. By the time he's turned around, we want to start attacking those F-14s and attacking those MiG-29s, and let's see if we can get him out. I figured that would be a fun challenge today, guys, the way I've got it simulated. Is it possible? Obviously, I don't know. I haven't tried it. These are massive distances. It's a 700-mile mission. I've given you all the fuel I can, obviously, but still, we just have to do the best we can. Welcome in, viewers. We've got Simba, Strider, Poosh, Cap, Cannibal. Hello, boys.
Hello.
Hello.
Simba, please unpause. Right, we've got 60 seconds, if I've timed it right, of flying with that F-35, guys, until we reach the Iranian border, at which point we're no longer allowed to fly up at high altitude, simply because their long-range radar will spot us. and they'll scramble MiG-29s to come and get us. So, and we'll know when that someone's crashed an F-15. What happened, guys? Right, I guess.
Strider and Poosh collided.
Yeah. All right, we better start that again, guys. Right, viewers, so we're going to follow the F-35 to the edge of Iraqi airspace, which I realise how stupid that sounds now that we're in 4th gen jets doing that, but let's just do it, right? I want to try and find a way of making this F-35 I win. At which point, he's going to put full reheat on and go up to his super cruise speed of Mach 1.1, and we will have to dive down to avoid the over-the-horizon radar. Basically what I'm trying to say is this is a really hard thing to do, viewers, if the Russian radar claims are correct, which they may not be. I've just noticed his fuel tanks are invisible, viewers. Probably a multiplayer bug. Don't worry about it. The fuel tanks are definitely there, trust me. In fact, I think I remember that problem last time. Yeah, he's accelerating, guys. Right, that's it. That means the border's been hit. We're going to dive down and otherwise roughly follow his steer point track, guys. So, viewers, if I have a look at the map, I've got a long way to go. 350 miles to be exact. We are there. We're just coming into a fictitious border, which would be something like that there. Whereas the F-35 is going to stay up high. Guys, are you guys all F-16s? I didn't look.
Nope, there's a bunch of F-15s.
Right, better start setting our jets up while we've got time. Master arm on, check. NCTR on, check. Aircon off, because it's doing my nutting. Oh my god, not that. That. Check. What have I forgotten? What have I forgotten? Radar soy, check. I suppose it would be radar cold in real life, but I'm going to leave mine on because I'll just forget it otherwise. Fuel is going to be a massive problem, obviously, guys, because we're going to go 350 miles on the deck, so obviously no afterburner, and we're just going to have to do the best fuel rate we can. If it turns out we run out of fuel, then so be it. The mission just isn't possible. I've decided to bring all the fuel in the world. I've got £34,000. That's a lot. What have the F-16s got?
14-1.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good. Alright, I'm down on the deck, just over 500 knots, heading 018. F-15E in real life does have a data link, and I've put an AWACS, which is completely unrealistic, I'm aware, but I need these 4th gen jets to work for this run, so we've put this E3 basically in Iraq. It's going to feed our data links, guys, and if you don't have a data link like the F-15E, which does in real life but doesn't in game, then you can use your map here, which we've set to data link, and so will be used like a data link. Right, where's that F-35? Is he miles ahead of us? Anyone seen an F-35? There he is, right above us. Obviously, it's going to outrun us, and there's nothing we can do about that.
What speed are you maintaining?
Yes, I see you guys. 2 F-16s and 3 F-15s. Look at F-15s outranking F-16s for once. That's kind of cool. No radiation at the moment, apart from friendly, so that's nice. Guys, when we do get into fights, and we will get into fights, obviously, you know, be careful of the SAMs. Either use your data link, real data link, or use your fake data link to find out where those SAMs are. Right, viewers, we are currently 245 nautical miles away from Tehran. About 300 statute miles.
Getting close to the coastline.
We are keeping up with F-35. That is so not what I thought would happen. I mean, it's great if we can do that.
What's his true speed?
500. No, sorry, 600. He's 600. I'm going to be a little bit higher than you guys simply because I need to flick into F10 map a lot for viewers. So you just have to pretend I'm flying a little bit lower, viewers. I just don't want to crash when I'm showing you.
Right, starting to approach SA6 range. We're holding 95% throttle.
Roger, I'm going to speed up to match you guys then in that case. I've got bucket loads of fuel. In case you skip the briefing, as we said, F-35 does not have the combat radius to do this mission, viewers. It would have had to use external tanks, which you can do.
16 feet dry.
At this altitude, we're protected from the resonance over the horizon radar.
Nope. SA6.
Right, avoid that sucker.
No.
Evade or avoid?
No.
Both, I suppose. Yep. That's bad.
Pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up.
So in real life, I suppose if he saw us, he would report it to high command that he'd seen us and they would be scrambling jets, but let's just pretend that they're not at their station right now. Having to pretend lots of things today to get this to work. Turns out it's quite a hard thing to do. Right, we're on the notch of that SA6. And
right,
checking
coming left.
Oh, jeez, I went straight through it, look, straight through that. It doesn't matter, we're so low, viewers, it'll be fine. Oh, I should have made the effort to avoid it like the boys did. Bit silly of me, never mind. F-35, not such a worry. I could have given him a more standoff weapon, viewers, with ranges of tens of miles, even 100 miles. It just makes it more exciting if he gets to go right up to Tehran, right? Iran also has numerous IR-guided SAMs, but for the ingress that the F-35 is going to be doing, imagine at night with clouds, there's almost zero chance those IR SAMs would be effective against him.
Power lines.
At what speed are you F-16s maintaining? I've lost visual. I think maybe you were just slightly off the track.
We're about 535.
Yes, I see you. There they are. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Iran. Hello, the west of Iran, I should say.
Low altitude. Low altitude.
Power lines.
Boys are flying properly low.
Which is channel 83?
Oh yes, I completely forgot. Cap scrambling to Bravo 2. Bravo 2. Well done for reminding me. Guys, anyone got system time? Sorry, local time on there.
7:12, 25 seconds.
12. Roger. It's UTC, so that's local 11. Yes, 11. Okay, fine. 11, 12. No, I can't remember how to get rid of the low altitude warning either, so I'm just not going to bother. Look at those F-16s hidden in that canyon. Nice. Right, fuel check F-16s.
Just about to drop below 12 and center lines.
12, roger. Pretty good. In reality, we would have to have flown
Center line away.
700 miles over Iraq, obviously, but again, we'll forgive that.
Well, Israeli has tankers, and their 16s also have conformals. Yeah.
I wasn't aware of that. I was reading about this and it said the F-35 couldn't have tanks. I assumed that maybe because they didn't have tankers. But maybe their F-35's got a tank.
Pull up. Low altitude.
Apparently pull up. Okay, I really have to turn this slow altitude warning off. Anyone know how to do it? Oh,
It's
I remember. It's the UFC.
UFC. Yep.
Alright, viewers, I'm going to try it. Sorry if I messed this up. There it is. I see it. Nice. Low altitude warning off. Suit cap, best cap, 100%.
Coming right.
Distance to Tehran, 180 miles. Nautical miles, sorry. F-35 is pulling away now, as we thought it would. Us boys are all together. Great work, guys. Right, we're approaching the detection line of the theoretical 200 miles from the resonance. 20 miles.
Pull up.
What a call. Well done, boys. Well done. That's my boys. That's teamwork, that is, viewers. They are fine-tuned to watch out for me when I'm filming. Good call.
Guess I'm just lucky I didn't have to ride in your back seat and drive for you.
Yep, I was going to say, maybe I should have done that, actually, thinking about it. Never mind. Too late. Right, radiation. Oh, no, it's friendly. It doesn't matter. Again, viewers, we'd have our radars off in real life, but I'm just not going to bother on this run. 170 miles from Tehran.
Feel like some stuff spawned in.
Yes, it did. So, F-14's now starting up, MiG-29 starting up, F-35 200 miles away from Tehran. At this point, guys, we have to make a decision. The F-35 has been spotted, or at least they know there's an incursion. So, do we want to stay low or not? I suggest maybe give it a couple of minutes and then we start heading high to save fuel and try and make ourselves visible. Who wants to go east and who wants to go west? In fact, cut that. F-16 should stick together because of their data link. F-16s, you will be vectored east. I will vector you in a minute. F-15s will be vectored, two of them, oh God, I don't know, will be vectored west. Again, let's give it a couple of minutes to establish the F-35 and then we'll go and do it.
Start to go east now and go east around this next SA-6, or stay straight and turn east after it?
Yep, go after it in that case, and we'll go after R1 as well and won't. Alright, viewers, in fact, F-15s, we're going to start turning now. If you want to follow me, you can. Any altitude as desired now. Kind of want to be visible right now. Right, F-15s are now westbound. Right, I'm just going to get a bit more speed, guys. Man, this thing's powerful. So powerful. F-14s are really unrealistically back-taxiing rather than just taking off on a runway that is easily long enough. But there you go. Can't do anything about that. Right, anyway, maybe it's best
We are
for
within a
us.
SAM ring.
MiG-29s, what was that? Right.
We are within a SAM ring.
Roger, let me check the data link. We are 100% in a SAM ring. I'm okay, it's just Poosh that's going to be in trouble. Oh shit! You know I said we're going to be okay? I lied.
That is us.
Yes, Cap, hit into the deck. Alright viewers. Got a bit busy there. Bye, Sam. See ya. I saw it for a second there.
Alright, Cannonball, we're gonna start coming right and start climbing slightly.
Right behind you.
Sam thinks he's so cool. He's not cool, guys. Sam out, not at us, it's someone. Ah, Poosh flew right over the Sam. What an odd thing to do. Poosh is dead. There you go. Poosh, I guess you're our GCI. There you go. Here's where I really would like a data link in this thing. Simba is 60 miles away from Tomcat. We are 70 miles away from MiGs, and we would know this information. Overlord here would populate it, at least when those hostiles were airborne. But we would know where they were taking off from anyway.
Sorry about that. I had to switch out my headset.
Roger Poosh, you can help us out on data link because there's quite a lot of baddies here and a lot of SAMs.
F-14s to your west are airborne.
I'm hoping they're so far away they're just going to run themselves out of fuel because we can't take all of those F-14s. Right, Cap has contacts on the radar, and I'm going to do it all proper. So I'm going to do an IFF transponder check. Coolie left long, and it's a baddie. I'm going to not lock that guy, and I'm not going to twizz. I'm going to wait for a bit. He's 60 miles away. Do you see him, Strider?
I got 2, I think.
Roger. Is it a full ship, Boosh?
Yes.
God damn it! I really don't want to tackle a full ship. All right, we'll do our best.
And there's one off the eastern strip.
Let me check. Yes, that's coming for Simba. Can you remember twizzing this thing, Strider, or are you going to stick on standard?
A standard, unfortunately.
Yeah, same here, I think.
Cannonball
Right.
Spike SA5.
I'm locking the first guy up now. Cap first guy, tracked. 40 miles.
Simba at 40.
Copy, heading.
093.
Copy. 90 right.
We got a guy to the left.
Roger. You take him. 35 miles.
Simba, looks like there's only one up for your flight.
Roger. Angels 25.
SA5 in the air,
Cannonball
SA5 in the air.
On me, according to data link. I'm gonna go defensive.
Roger. Cap, box, 3. A right crank.
Trying to make them count. So, stay out of burner for a little bit, Cannonball. Simba Fox 3. Offensive left.
Foxy Strider.
Recommitting. 15 miles. Visual. Hostile defensive. Hostile cold. Don't do it to me. Don't do it to me.
Throw me follow up shot. Simba.
Nope. 4 seconds to impact. He's diving. Recommitting. Splash.
Well, Sam's out. Well done, Simba. Chasing my guy down.
Scan the horizon for another target.
12 miles.
Sam launch.
Fox 3, closer one.
More
Raise it.
SA6 is out.
Missile out for Strider.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Splash 1. Missile out on you, Cap.
Watch out. God,
Back
damn
hot.
it.
Alright, Cannonball. Let's come north to be the bigger target when the 35 comes
basic.
by.
Gotta dodge this
We're
missile.
all turning hot on you, Strider.
Over team.
And Simba, nobody's air. Well, there's one just took off. Angels 5.
Roger. We're gonna get a little north of them, and then when the 35 makes its turn south, we'll turn south to engage.
Just elevated.
Yeah.
Fuck! Sorry, guys.
Barrage 130
Outdoor
40, or 35.
Fox 3.
I think I'll turn in on him because I'm closer.
That was harder than I thought it was going to be. Splash 1. No.
Yeah, no, keep coming north, Cannonball.
Yeah, my guy's
We'll
down.
turn in on them a little bit later.
Go on the Strider, go on the Strider, go on the Strider. Man, his MiGs are friggin' Superman today. Get the head out of there. Just take it away from the F-35. Take him west, because they're all chasing you. You won't get a chance to turn around. Well done, Simba's group. F-35 is about to bomb.
If Strider goes north, he'll suck the F-14s with him too.
Roger. 35 RTB. Ooh, this is getting all touch and go. Yeah, just keep heading that way, Strider. If you go too high, you're going to get shot by a SAM. If you go too low, you're going to run out of fuel. I don't know what your thing is. How much fuel have you got?
22,000.
What's the internal on that?
21.
Alright, when you're 21, dump your tanks. Just doorbell it. Oh, shit, the MiGs are so fast because they are catching you up. Friggin' MiGs have got the uber Iranian pilots today. Might dodge 2 AMRAAMs and a Sidewinder.
Alright, Cannonball, you can turn south and engage. We're going to do a chainsaw from here.
Roger, turn south.
Cannonball's 150 for 22, Angels 24.
F-16s conserve generally because you're going to be doing our fight as well by the looks of it. We're going to get this F-35 out. It's the last thing we do. We'll lose the rest of the Israeli Air Force, but we'll still do it.
Strider, if you head southwest, I think you'll drag them with you.
That would be great.
Okay, I've got a lock on him.
Roger, fire about inside of 25 miles. And I would say offensive right.
Yeah, I've got
Avoid
an
that
F-35
same.
to my left.
Yeah.
He's about to hit no escape, so I'm going to fire Fox 3.
Yep.
Fox 3, offensive crank.
Good work, boys. That's going to be a kill, I'm pretty sure. Good work, Strider. Threading the friggin' needle between the Tomcats and the MiG-29s. That's how you beat Iran, yo. Tomcat is put. Well done.
You can flow north and climb.
Strider is to actually go west to stay out of the SAM.
Gotcha.
Well
Turn
done.
north.
Guys, be aware, there's one more Tomcat taking off from the east base.
Yep. We're just trying to create distance between us and the SAM site.
They really want your blood. Now, the brilliant thing is you've got so much more fuel than them. They're a little bit faster, but you've got more fuel. These MiGs will burn out of fuel very quickly.
Oh, that's a missile.
Simba's 8-7 fuel check, Cannonball.
Cannonball is 8,000, I think.
Copy. Punch tanks at 7.
Cannonball, you have a missile out from the Tomcats.
Only made Mark 3. Right, yeah, find yourself some terrain. For God's sake, don't slow down, whatever happens.
Start making a left-hand turn, Cannonball. I will engage the 14.
Roger.
Missile 700 knots, you've beaten it kinematically, well done.
Got a SAM site at your 10 o'clock.
Jesus, Strider's got everyone after him. Strider, you're going to have to start heading west again now to get away from the egress of the F-35. You got it. All he has to do is run them out of fuel viewers. They're burning a lot of fuel in those old TF-30s. They're going to catch you.
Missile out on Strider.
Oh, there's nothing you can do.
Alright, SAM launch. Start coming left. You may have to engage, Cannonball.
Okay, turn left.
Simba, you have 3 Tomcats approaching you. 245 for 100.
Cannonball have them locked.
Alright, I have a missile out from Tomcat. Defensive. Heading 270.
Cannonball Fox 3 on the Tomcat. Going to, oop, missile on me.
It's not a nice theatre to fight in, viewers. Got a Tomcat
Right.
trying to chase
Simba's
Strider.
clean. Recommitting.
Ah, that's interesting. Oh, is that fuel? The guy chasing Strider. Gotcha. Yeah, it's run out of fuel and turned around. Ha ha ha! Bye!
Still have the 3 Tomcats. Look like they're heading for
Tomcat's down.
the F-35.
Well done,
Copy.
guys. All east has been secured. Oh no, F-35 is now in trouble from another guy. Simbaran Cannonball, look west, and I would suggest, well, just check west. You got a nightmare coming in towards you. Strider, do what you can. All MiG-29s are out of fuel. All full Western Tomcats are out of fuel. But the aggressors southwest of the F-35 are not out of fuel. They want F-35's blood.
Climb and book it west. Cannonball.
Punching bags.
Looks like they're going for what they can see, which is the 4th.
What, Angels?
40. F-35 to Tomcat. 30 miles. He's a very angry Iranian.
My fuel's too low. I can't do anything.
Yes. He'll be the same. He'll be about to run out of fuel.
70 miles.
Just got a launch, possibly from an F-14 on me.
He was not at his stealthiest aspect. F-35 has been shot at. F-35 has been shot at. Oh no!
Simba, Fox 3, 40 miles.
Why is he avoiding upwards? What a friggin' idiot. No F-35, no. And he's hard to protect when he flies like a complete knobhead. He has evaded his missile, Oh god, he's going into dogfight.
20 seconds.
Oh, what an ending. What a friggin' ending. Why did it always have to be so close?
Cannonball, vector 20 degrees left. Tomcat, Angels 42.
Carefully, these shots from now on, they're merge, and Fox 3 ball tracker still playing.
There's already Fox 3 inbound.
Roger. It looks like it's tracking the Tomcat. Yes, it's tracking the Tomcat. Good shot. It will also probably do the job. Wow, F-16's just got there in time.
Missile. Turning cold.
Come on. Yes, he didn't put his wings back. What an obber! F-35 safe for about 2 seconds until the next lot come in. Right, you've got a bunch of Phoenixes to beat now. Which you'll do with moderate ease. I'd call that Phoenixes defeating, guys. Alrighty then. Right, aggressors southwest, but they may be out of fuel, I'm unsure.
I think he ran out. He was headed for the F-35, turned around.
I reckon he's probably out of fuel. We'll give him a couple of minutes before we declare it. Strider, fuel.
7,005.
7,000, you've got enough to get out of Dodge. I don't think there's any aggressors in play here. I think they're all out of fuel.
Alright, Cannonball, let's start weaving our way through the SAM sites for our way home. Stay high until you need to dive.
Roger that. Oh, there's our buddy in the comms.
Yep, visual.
He's just rubbing it in now, isn't he? Alright, viewers, what a kind of cool battle. I mean, not realistic, obviously, because 4th gen jets would not be used like that, but for our purposes, super fun. Red losses, 4 Tomcats, 1 MiG-29. Red weapons fired, 8 beyond visual range missiles, Phoenixes and Alamos, 9 SAMs, 5 SA-5, 4 SA-6, no gargoyles. Taxpayer cost $3 billion. Blues lost 2 F-15s, 1 push was, I don't know, being weird, and I just got out dog fought, simple as that. I should have just dumped my tanks. I knew I should have dumped my tanks. Anyway, blue fired 9 AMRAAMs, 1 Sidewinder, and 1 JDAM at a cost of $0.2 billion.
3 Tomcats look like they're interested.
Are these aggressing, viewers? We just don't know. They're 500 knots. That doesn't sound like a kind of speed that means they're out of fuel, does it? They're not burning though, so they're not aggressing. I don't know, viewers.
Cannonball, just remember that SA-6 can see you.
One of them's turning around, looks like.
He's also reducing speed. I think that 3 ship has just run out of fuel in front of our eyes. No, only one has. The other 2 are aggressing.
Yeah, but they're not. They don't look like they're on an intercept vector.
No, they don't, do they? I don't know what they're doing. I didn't tell them to.
Except for maybe that southern one?
Turn his afterburner on. Uh-oh. Here we go, boys. I knew that was too easy.
I'm making a high and fast run, so I'm going to try and go nose hot when he gets in that range and put some range on a missile.
Simba, he's 45 miles from the
Alright, what's the heading
F-35.
for me?
260.
Copy. Committing.
Just going to lure you out right over a SAM site, FYI.
Angels
36. 36.
I have him locked. He's in parameters. I might just
Roger.
turn and poke
Nope,
him.
I got
if
him.
you don't. Okay, all yours.
Fox 3. That missile's gonna connect.
Cannonball turned south a little bit more.
Alright. Is it gonna work? Is it gonna work?
16 seconds to Pitbull.
Really fast missile that is. Still over Mark 3 halfway. What range was it shot at?
42 miles.
Went up to over 60,000 feet.
Cannonball Spike SA5.
Pitbull. Turning left.
Bye, Tomcat. Bye. Mark 2.5. Mark 2.5 kill. Not much you can do about that. Alright, boys. You are out and free. Well done. And let's just have fuel out of interest. Strider fuel.
5,000.
Yeah, you could glide home on that. F-16s are almost certainly going to be power soon. Cannonball fuel.
5,200.
Wow, I thought you had low fuel. You can go like 1,000 miles on that. Wow. Alright. Simba fuel.
3.6.
3.6. Yeah, alright, that's not too bad. I figured you had hundreds of pounds of fuel left. You can get quite a ways across Iraq on that. Oh, nice. And, oh no, every time...
SA5 out on me.
Every time I think it's stopped, something else fires at you.
I was nearly in a notch, so he's got a long shot at me.
These guys are pretty well notched.
It's dead.
Yeah.
It's dead. Well done. Right, that's definitely it, guys. Well done. Right, could the F-35 have really done it in real life? It depends, really. If the resonance does what it says it can, then I think it's going to struggle. If the resonance can't do what it says it can, then the F-35 should have it moderately easy if it's a well-planned mission. Any final thoughts for boys before we sign off?
It was good fun.
Hope you enjoyed that, and bye-bye.